For many young people, becoming a flight attendant is actually a dream job. Well, you get to travel across the world, you meet new people, you visit places that most of us only see on social media. But there's something about this job that many people do not actually know about. At many airlines, flight attendants are only paid from the moment that the aircraft pushes back from the gate until it parks at its destination. In the industry, that is called block time. So that means everything before and after that, like reporting for duty, going through security, attending crew briefings, helping passengers board, carrying out safety checks, and even helping passengers get off the plane or helping people with disability during landing is not covered in that flight pay. As crazy as this sounds, this is not a myth. It's actually a long-standing pay system that has existed for decades. Here in Canada, WestJet 4400 mainline flight attendants have voted almost unanimously in favor of strike action over pay. Under federal labor rules, the earliest a strike could happen is August 2nd, after a 21-day cooling off period. After that, either side only needs to give 72 hours notice before they can strike. And this is not the first time that this issue has made headlines. Last year, more than 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants represented by this same union pushed for changes to how they were paid. Their new agreement now includes Canada's first contract language guaranteeing for some pay for ground duties. WestJet staff union have taken to social media to raise awareness about their current contract and their realities as flight workers.
If you fly WestJet,
you're going to want to know this.
Did you know that WestJet flight attendants are working for free?
It's true. Every time we board a plane, we aren't getting paid.
You pay for your ticket, your bags, and your seat selection.
But WestJet won't pay the flight attendants who assist and get you seated.
WestJet rakes in billions of dollars. But we are forced to work up to 35 hours a month unpaid. We deserve a fair contract. Help us end unpaid work today.
Go to endunpaidwork.ca and sign the petition.
So what does a typical workday actually look like for a flight attendant? Well, long before passengers even board the plane, flight attendants have already reported to work. They go through security. Then they also attend a crew briefing. They inspect the aircraft, and then they prepare the cabin. Then comes boarding, which many flight attendants would say is the busiest part of the job. They are helping passengers find their seats. They are lifting heavy carry-on bags, assisting families and passengers with disabilities, and sometimes they get to deal with very rude passengers. They are also keeping an eye out for anything that could become a safety or a security issue. Yet, for many of these flight attendants, that service is not paid for. However, there are some exceptions. Delta Airlines began paying half pay for flight attendants for boarding in 2022, and Air Canada now guarantees some ground pay under its latest contract. But many airlines still do not have a separate pay rate for time spent working on the ground. So, how did we actually get here? Many aviation experts trace today's pay system back to decades ago. Believe it or not, this pay system wasn't created for modern air travel. Its roots goes back to the railway era. In the US, when airlines came under the same labor law that governed railroads in the 1930s, they adopted a pay model based mainly on the time spent in transit, which means the railway workers only get paid for the time the train moves and stops. In Canada, some economists say that competitive pressure after airline deregulation helped cement this practice, and it has largely remained unchanged ever since then. This 2024 study argues that the system puts profit back into the pocket of the companies ahead of fair pay for workers. Another analysis suggests that airlines continue using similar pay models because changing them is seen as risky, even if a different approach might make more sense to them. According to CUPE, which is a union representing about 20,000 flight attendants in Canada, that includes Air Canada, WestJet, and Porter Airlines, the average flight attendant performs around 35 hours of unpaid ground work every month. That's more than 400 hours of free work a year. If that's the case, why don't airlines just simply pay for all of that time? Well, airlines say that the system is often misunderstood by a lot of people. WestJet says that flight attendants aren't exactly working for free. Instead, it says that the higher credit hour pay rate is designed to cover not only the flying time, but also cover the work on the ground, that's including boarding or any delay that may occur before the plane takes off. But the thing is, unions disagree. They argue that the system was designed decades ago when flights were shorter and boarding time was quicker and cabins were less crowded. Today, they are saying that flight attendants are doing more work than they actually ever did in the past, and the pay system has not kept up. At the same time, aviation experts point out that airlines operate on a very small profit margin, making companies cautious about adding new labor costs. So, what do you think? Should airlines pay flight attendants for the time spent on ground? And should they be paid for the time they spend before work actually starts? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I've linked all the resources that I used for this video in the description box. And if you would like to support the Canadian flight attendants who are currently about to strike, if they do, you can also find the link to that petition in the description box. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.